A little black dress for a beautiful hun. So I made exaggerated hips deliberately. Guys, I went on a solo date on this beautiful number. Let me show you how I made it. So this fabric is in a fold. Can you see that? Now, we are going to cut the front piece first. So now I'm just determining the length of my skirt. I'll be using that marker, it's like a pencil, but it's a marker, my measuring tape, and for the top part, I have made this pattern for a princess dart, and it's got a sweetheart shape on the bust area. So it's a dress, but we're gonna make it in two, meaning the bottom and the upper part, and then we will combine the two pieces. We are determining the length. I wanted something short but not too short, so I knew from the beginning that I will be wearing this with a stocking, so I wanted it a little bit on the shorter side, so I went for a 22. 1 inch will be for the seam allowance. Now we're just gonna make a line there. We're going for our hip area. It's a 9. So as I have said, I will be exaggerating the hip side, but for now I am determining the waist sides. It's an 8, so I'm adding 1 inch for seam allowance on the sides because we are doing the front piece. This will be different when we do the back piece, which will have to accommodate the zipper area. My hip circumference is 40. So if I was doing a normal dress, I would be going for an 11 here. 1 being for a seam allowance, although it would make the dress very tight. Because this is not so much of a stretchy material. It does stretch, but only a little bit. So what I am doing here is I am going to be adding 2 more inches into the normal 11. You understand? So it means I am literally extending the hip by 2 more inches. Area when I measured the circumference there where the length of the dress would end, it was 38, but because of consistency and to just make sure that there's gonna be enough movements, I just followed through from that hip area. I think when I divided 38 by 4, I also went and added 2 inches to the number. I'm gonna be using my pattern master to connect the lines. Now let's go ahead and cut this piece out. We've put the front piece on top of another folded area to cut the back piece. We've extended it by 2 inches, and now we're just gonna reduce it from the hip area down to the waist area by 1 inch. This is to prevent the zipper from bulging. So we will not have a zipper bulge at the waist area. It's gonna be smooth and clean. Let's cut that piece out. So something happened with my recordings of the top part, but fortunately I had placed it on the mannequin to check the sizing and the shaping, but I basically used my patterns to cut the top part. I made the lining and I've cut the main fabric, and this is how it looks. For my embellishments, for the flowers or the roses, I cut out a white fabric into these shapes, and this is how I made the strips for the roses. You are not going to fold it in that way. You're going to fold it, but in such a way that you are making the two corners a bit asymmetrical. This is going to create that shape of the roses. And then you're going to go ahead sew that all the way to the end of the strip. I'm using a black thread, it won't show at all. And this is how your final product will have to look. You don't have to iron this out. You can just start wrapping it up or making a decoration with it as is. This is how my first one was. I just wrapped it around with a thread, a black thread. I made about 9 of this. I went in with the last or the first batch, and this is how the final product looked like, you guys. I really loved it. I love it. I think I'll be wearing it to several events, but this is how it came out. Thank you so much for watching, and please subscribe, click the like button, like, and thank you for watching. I'll see you on the next one.